Welcome back to HiMi Money Guide. If you're over the age of 50, you're likely used to headlines about inflation or rising healthcare costs. But today, we're not talking about soulless statistics. We're talking about a fracture that threatens to break the very foundation of American society, a generational war brewing right inside your wallet. The target? The Social Security check you've spent your entire life earning. Latest data from U.S. polls paints a dark picture. The younger generation, specifically Gen Z, no longer wants to sustain the current system. They would rather see the benefits of current retirees cut immediately than bear the burden of higher taxes on their already thin paychecks. This is no longer a fringe theory. It's a political reality in the making. Are you prepared to defend your legacy, or will you sit by as this youth wave sweeps away your final financial safety net? Part 2. The Gen Z perspective, resentment born of debt and despair. To understand why this war is erupting, we have to look at the grim reality facing young Americans. Put yourself in the shoes of a Gen Zer in 2026. They enter adulthood with tens of thousands in student loan debt. They face housing prices that have skyrocketed over 120% since their parents bought their first home, while real wages, after inflation, have barely budged. To them, Social Security looks like a massive government-run Ponzi scheme. They look at the trustee reports and see a fund projected to run dry by 2033. In the eyes of a 25-year-old, paying monthly taxes to fund your 2.8% COLA feels like a profound injustice. They ask, why should we sacrifice our future, giving up on homes and families, just to feed a system we are certain we'll never benefit from? They feel squeezed to pay for promises they never signed. It's not ingratitude. To them, it's survival. Part 3. The Boomer Rebuttal. Benefits are not a handout. But let's stop right there. If you're a retiree, you have every right to feel insulted. Your Social Security check is not a gift, and it's certainly not a favor from the younger generation. It's your money. You worked for 40 years. You paid FICA taxes on every single dollar you earned. You sacrificed luxuries to raise the very generation that is now turning its back on you. The narrative that seniors are a burden is a moral and historical distortion. You built this economy. You paid the premiums for this system your whole life. Cutting current benefits to save the future of the youth is a blatant betrayal of the American social contract. If the government can change the rules when you've already crossed the finish line, then what is left to trust? The safety of our seniors cannot be made a scapegoat for decades of fiscal mismanagement. Part 4. The Brutal Numbers and the 2026 Tax Torpedo. Let's dive into the numbers to see just how serious this is. In 2026, we'll see a dangerous intersection. The projected COLA is 2.8%, but real-world inflation for essentials like food and energy remains much higher. Meanwhile, Medicare Part B premiums are expected to jump over $200 a month. This means your increase will be swallowed up before you even see it. But that's not all. The tax torpedo is waiting in the wings. As COLA rises, it inadvertently pushes your total income above the tax-free thresholds. The result? Up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be subject to federal income tax. Gen Z sees this, and they want to push these thresholds even further to tax the wealthy. They're lobbying to restructure taxes so that even middle-class seniors are labeled rich just to squeeze more revenue. It's a multi-front attack, from healthcare costs and inflation to generational tax policy. Part 5. Political Divide and the Lobbyists. Why are we in this mess? Because Washington politicians are using generational divide as a card to avoid making hard choices. Instead of fair tax reform or cutting bloated military spending, they let seniors and youth tear each other apart.
Organizations like the AARP are trying to protect you, but they are fighting against youth interest groups and corporations that want to slash employer payroll contributions. They are feeding Gen Z the lie that seniors are taking all their money, when in reality, the Social Security Fund was depleted because the government borrowed from it for other purposes. You must understand, if you don't speak up, you become the loser in this political game. Your silence is consent for future cuts. Part 6. The HiMi Money Guide Defense Strategy. So what do you do in the face of this hostility? At HiMi Money Guide, we don't just warn, we provide solutions. You can't change the minds of an entire generation overnight, but you can change how you manage your assets to become untouchable. First, optimize your retirement withdrawals. Converting to a Roth IRA is a genius move for 2026 to dodge the tax torpedo. When you pull money from a Roth, it's not counted as taxable income, meaning your Social Security check stays safe from new tax grabs. Second, stop leaving lazy money in traditional banks earning next to zero. Move your cash immediately into high-yield savings accounts or CDs earning over 5%. This extra income is the cushion that offsets a lackluster COLA. Third, take downsizing seriously. Scaling back your living space isn't a downgrade. It's a strategic release of cash flow from property taxes and massive maintenance costs. Keep the money in your pocket, not locked in the brick and mortar. Part 7. Be vigilant against AI scams and manipulation. While the generational war rages, scammers are using AI to exploit your fears. They use voice cloning to mimic your grandchildren, crying for help because of new policies and begging for money from your retirement fund. Or they pose as SSA agents, claiming your benefits will be cut by 20% unless you update your info immediately. Remember this, no government agent will ever ask for personal info over the phone out of the blue. Fear is their weapon. At HiMi Money Guide, we use AI to illustrate and empower you, but out there, AI is being weaponized to strip you of your wealth. Keep a cool head during every urgent call. Part 8. The real power is in your hands. Gen Z may dominate social media, but they forget one thing. Seniors are the largest and most disciplined voting bloc in America. You hold the real political power. Don't let them convince you that you're a burden. You are the owners of this country. Contact your representatives. Make it clear that any attempt to cut Social Security or hike retirement taxes will result in a catastrophic political consequence for them. We need a fiduciary standard, not just in financial advice, but in legislation. Lawmakers must have a duty to put those who have contributed a lifetime first. This war may be long, but with preparation, you can not only protect your check, but actually grow your net worth in 2026. Conclusion: your legacy, your choice. Social Security is more than just finance. It's a legacy of American stability. This generational conflict is a reminder that nothing is permanent if we don't defend it. You've worked hard your whole life, and now is the time to enjoy the fruits of that labor. Subscribe to HiMi Money Guide now for detailed updates on 2026 tax and Medicare scenarios. I've prepared a 2026 Retirement Master Guide, available for free in the description. This is your weapon to win this war. What do you think about Gen Z's perspective? Are they right or are they being misled? Leave a comment below. We want to hear from our community of savvy retirees. I'm HiMi. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and always own your financial destiny. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next important video. Your money, your legacy, your choice.